Hi, and welcome to another episode of Vibe with V. How'd you like my last one? Did you love it? Did you like it? Please leave me feedback because I need to know what everything is all about. Like, I need to know how you're thinking. I need to know what your thoughts are. I need to know if I need to improve something, if I need to change course. So please be honest. I'm really open to feedback, and that is okay. I did tell you that I was going to speak a little bit more about online bullying, cyberbullying, people who are out here just wreaking havoc on the interwebs. And no, you hear my dog in the background. I know it. So let's get to it because it's going to be a fun one. So on Father's Day, I had a very, very interesting interaction with a whole bunch of people online. Some guy walked into a bar, and it's not a joke. This is not a joke. I know it's starting to sound like a joke at the beginning, but a guy walks into a bar, and I guess the bartender made a comment, and he threw a whole bunch of money from his little duffel bag onto the counter. Well, I made a simple comment. I said he didn't need such a big bag for $2,000. It was clearly and obviously way more than $2,000. It was probably maybe like 10K. There was a couple hundreds in there, a couple 20s, but it was obviously more than 2,000. It was just being sarcastic, being funny. Well, the comments that ensued after I posted that comment, the replies to my comment that came after that, you would think that I walked up to their mother and spit in her face or bit their ear off, a la Mike Tyson. I'm going to post a couple screenshots. I'm not covering anybody's name. If you're going to say shit like that on the internet, then you deal with what comes with it. I'm not going to cover anybody's name or identity because you did it. So it's not like slander or libel or defamation because you said it. So these are the comments that I started getting. And when I tell you that, this was my first Father's Day after losing my dad, and I needed something to make me laugh. And when I tell you that I cackled all day, I am so grateful for that thread because it actually made me laugh how crazy people are on the internet. But this is a little deeper than that. This episode is a little deeper than just that, because I really want us to start moving away from engaging with the hateful people on the internet. Now, trust me, I understand. I understand when somebody just says something that you're just like, I can't walk away. I just can't do it. The problem is when you give in to them and you give them what they want, you're just giving them the dopamine hit that they were looking for. One thing that has always helped me is realizing that secure, attractive, successful people first of all, they're not even online like us, but they don't go around spewing hate. So when you see someone making such hateful comments like this one, you have to know that that's just a reflection of who they are, that's just a reflection of how they feel about themselves, that they simply hate themselves if this is how you talk to strangers. You also got to remember that people get paid for this. There are people that are literally out there trolling the internet. They get paid to just make comments like this. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Research it. There are actual trolls. And when you feed trolls, they continue to grow, right? They keep coming back. Because it's giving them something that they're looking for, that they're not fulfilled in their lives. So they have to come back. They have to keep doing this so that they can keep feeling. It's like a drug. You get a hit the first time and you're like, oh, this feels good. I don't know. I've never done drugs. But I've learned about them, but you get that first hit and it feels great. And then you get the second one and it feels okay, but not as great as the first one. And then it just keeps going and it's like a domino effect. And so these people, they continue to do this because they need to get more and more of those hits. Otherwise they're not fulfilled. So they don't feel anything. So they need to do that in order to feel something. So you need to remember that these people are not worth taking any form of your joy. So you're having a good day. Your brain is like, okay, today's a good day. We're having a great day. And then you come across one of these people who either respond to you, who they don't know you, but they respond to you and they say something hateful. I want us to get into the habit of just blocking. Don't ignore them. Don't, because they probably think you didn't see them. I want them to know I saw them. So I'm going to block them. I don't usually engage. I couldn't care less what a stranger on the internet thinks or says about me, especially with my platform. If I sit there to care about what every single negative person has to say about me, I'd be crying myself to sleep. And I don't cry myself to sleep at all. I'm too pretty for that shit. So I promise I'm humble. So when you see those hateful comments, block them. My block list is probably at like 2,000 because the minute somebody just says something hateful, I'm like, but I had fun on Sunday for Father's Day. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. And all I did, and I'll show you a comment that I wrote. That's all I kept responding to every single person that said something. And they were just, oh, but you this and this and this and this. And I kept responding. And I know I'm not supposed to be behaving like that on the internet. God, I'm sorry. I'm asking for forgiveness. But I just kept responding the same thing over and over and over and over. And more people kept commenting and I just kept responding it to every single person. And it made my day. I needed a day and it made my day. But bringing it back to all honesty, these people don't know you. You don't know them. There's zero in it for you. Do you argue like this with people in person? I don't give the time of day to people in person. I barely look at people when I go to the supermarket. I don't argue. I'm a hot-headed Nuyorican Latina who I can't argue for too long before my hands start shaking, so I avoid it altogether. And so, do you argue with strangers in person? No. Why are we arguing with strangers on the internet? Why? They want a reaction out of you. Let's do the opposite. Let's just start peeling it back. Nope. Not even give them a little bit of what they want. Giving them a little bit of what they want strokes their ego. It makes them think they got under your skin, and they very well may have, but don't even let them know it. They're not important enough. They are nothing. They are beneath you. Okay. And then it's really bad when they start attacking your looks, when they start talking about your weight, when they start talking about everything about you that has nothing to do with the topic at hand. That's when number one, that they're severely uneducated, because anyone who has any scruples knows that you argue the topic at hand. Let's keep it there. But when they have to go to your profile and search, you know how far back this one dude had to go to find a picture that apparently was unflattering of me? I said, my brother in Christ, I myself posted that picture. Did you think you were doing something by showing me a picture of me? Awkward. Anyway, so please, and I'm holding myself accountable here too. Your brain is happy, and then you engage with these morons, and then your brain is like, wait, now we're sad, or now we're mad, or now we're angry, or now we're irritated. And you don't want to give that power to anybody, especially a troll on the internet. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have a back and forth. It's okay. One guy, and I actually, did I block him? I don't remember. One guy was like, I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to answer respectfully. So I answered him, and then he was like, no, that's ridiculous. So he wrote in all caps and he came back with some crazy shit. I said, okay, so clearly you're not interested in actually having a conversation. You just wanted to rebuttal. So I'm going to move on. So have a good day. And then he called me a bunch of names, and I'm like, oh, so the respectful part is where exactly? If I find it, I'll post it here. But yeah, so just let's stop. Let's just, as a collective, as functioning members of society, let's give the ones who are not functioning and that are dealing with severe mental health issues, let's give them nothing of what they're looking for. Let them be on everyone's block list. And yes, they keep popping up. They pop up every time you close your eyes. There's another one. But block is there for a reason. The block list is literally there for a reason. Just block them all. I'm holding myself accountable, calling myself out on it. I don't usually engage, but every now and then, you have the one person that you're just like, no way. But let's do that. Let's just start blocking people. Let's just start completely pretending that they don't exist. They are irrelevant. They are unimportant. They mean nothing to you. If you find yourself arguing with a stranger on the internet, ask yourself, would I ever have this conversation with somebody in person? Like, would I ever even give this person the time of day? No. So don't do it on the internet. If you're going to be on the internet, be productive, spread love, spread kindness, comment on like people who are trying to build something, comment on their posts. Also, sometimes people post things just because of the engagement. Like they need the rate. It's rage bait because they know thousands, sometimes millions of people are going to comment and they're going to get paid for it regardless. So when you're commenting and when you're engaging with things that are negative, you are contributing to that person's pocket. You're contributing to their wallet because they're posting negative shit and you're engaging with it. And engagement is engagement. Whether it's good or bad, it's engagement. And I can tell you that firsthand because, I see how it works on this side, on the content creator side. So anyway, I'm going to keep this one a little under 15 minutes because I don't want to bore you guys too much, but feel free to email me with your topics, with your feedback, leave comments, and I appreciate every single one of you for sitting here and chatting with me today or watching me talk to myself, I guess. Anyway, take care, mi gente. God bless.